What's going on, man? Another day, which means I have more free picks for you. I like them all a ton. And real quick, before we jump straight into it, all I ask is number one, go down and hit that like button. Let's get this video to 50 likes. It's free to do, and it helps me out a ton. So go down, hit the like button, and now we can jump straight into the video. And the first thing that we have to talk about is the free Discord that you see on the screen. All you have to do to get in the Discord that you see on the screen is go down, hit the first link in the description, or the first link in the pinned comment. Hit the link, hit join, and you're in. It's that simple, no strings attached. You're going to want to get in here, and I'm going to show you why really quickly. I have everything tracked since the beginning of 2025, and you can see so far on the year we're up over 250 units. We're up over 14 units in the month of June alone, and you can see on our 3+, 4+, and 5-unit plays, we have just been going absolutely crazy, winning at one of the highest percentages you're ever going to see. So to be able to get in a Discord like this, especially for free, is insane value considering most people would charge hundreds of dollars per month for this. So go get in this Discord for free while you can. And while you're at it, another thing that you should also think about doing is going to Player Profit and getting yourself something called a funded account, because on Player Profit, they will actually give you a bankroll to sports bet with. The only catch to it is they take 30% of the profit, you take 70%. So say I come in here, I get myself a $100,000 account. All I have to do is pay a small upfront fee. Once I've done that, I have to pass 2 challenge phases where you have to run the account up 20% without it going down 15%. The reason for that, the reason you have to do this is because obviously they want to know that you know what you're doing before they hand you over tens of thousands of dollars. So you pass phase 1, you pass phase 2, and then you get funded, and you're actually able to use this money to sports bet with. And on top of that, if when you go to the link you use my code BBETS, you're going to get 10% off, which makes it even cheaper and even better deal. And the catch to it that I like the absolute most is if you're worried about not passing these phase 1 or phase 2, or you're even worried about what you're going to do when you get funded, you can always just join my Discord, tell my plays, and if you tell my plays on Player Profit, you're almost guaranteed to get funded. Considering I've gotten 6 accounts funded, you can see right here, there are people in the Discord that use Player Profit all the time. They tell my plays, they use their own plays, whatever they want to do. And you can ask any of them. It's worth it if you know what you're doing. And that's why I always recommend people to go get themselves a bankroll, because it really can be a game changer for you like it's been for me and a lot of my followers. So go get in the free Discord and go get yourself a Player Profit account. Both links are down below. And now we can get into the free picks for this video, with the first pick being Matt Shaw over in the MLB to go under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's under this mark in 4 of his last 5, 9 of his last 10, and then 12 of his last 20. So the hit rate over the last 5, 10, and 20 is really good. That's what we want to see. And then to go on top of that, the Cubs, they're going to be facing off. Let's find the game here. Where's the Cubs game? I think it's later on in the day. The Cubs game is, let me find it. There it is. They're playing the Mariners. And the Mariners are going to be pitching Logan Gilbert. And he has been really, really solid so far this season. He might have a 1-2 record, but records don't really matter too much in my opinion, especially when you have a 2.55 ERA and a whip of .79. He has been shutting down everyone that he's pitched against. Even if he didn't win, it wasn't his fault that they lost. He's been pitching out of his mind, and that's why I think Matt Shaw is going to go under this mark. The hit rate is already really good, but the fact that he has a great matchup to go under as well is exactly what we want to see, and that's why I think we have an edge here. So go lock that one in. That's my first pick. Now my second pick is going to be over in the NBA, and we're going to be taking that guy, Ben Shepherd, to go over 1.5 points. This one is straightforward, and it's really simple. In his last 5, he's over in 4 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, and then 14 of his last 20. So he already has been going over this mark super, super consistently. But then to top that off, the best thing about this by far is head-to-head against the Thunder. He's just an absolute beast at going over this mark. He's played the Thunder 10 times in the past 2 years, and out of those 10 matchups, he is over this mark in 9 of 10, almost averaging 5 points per game. So the hit rate is really good, just like with the first pick, but this one has an even better matchup in my opinion because he has proven time and time again that he can go over this mark against the Thunder, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do once again in Game 7. So go lock this one in, and now we can move on to my third pick, which is going to be Mason Wynn to go under 1.5 total bases. He's under this mark in 3 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, only averaging 0.9 per game. And then he's also under in 13 of his last 20, only averaging 1.4 per game, which obviously is still below this 1.5 mark. So, just like with the other picks, the hit rate looks really, really good. But to go on top of that, once again, we have a great matchup considering the Cardinals, they're going to be playing the Reds, and the Reds are pitching their ace, Andrew Abbott, who also has been a beast all year long. He's 6-1 on the year for a reason. He has a 1.84 ERA and a whip of just 1.01. So just like Logan Gilbert, he has been shutting down every single person that he's pitched against. So I expect him to come in here against the Cardinals, not allow them to have a ton of success. And if that's the case, then I really don't see a world where Mason Wynn goes over this mark. Great matchup and a great hit rate. I'm taking this one all day long. Now for my fourth pick, we're going to move back over to the NBA, and we're going to be taking Alex Caruso to go under 6.5 rebounds plus assists. He's under this mark in 4 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, and then 15 of his last 20. This one was pretty self-explanatory. I don't always like to go by just hit rate, but this one right here was just too good to deny. In his last 5, he's only averaging 5 per game, which is well below the 6.5 mark. The same thing for his last 10. He's only averaging 4.6. And then in his last 20, he's still averaging under 5, which is exactly what you want to see. He's not really coming close to this mark at all. Now, head-to-head against the Pacers, I like this as well, considering in his last 5 games against them, he's under this mark in 4 of the 5. So he hasn't been going over this mark super consistently throughout their playoff series. And as long as that stays the same and his hit rate stays the same as well, I really just don't see him going over this mark. Maybe he has 6 total, but I don't see him having 7 or more, and that's why I'm locking this in. So that's my fourth pick. And now, real quick, before I give you my fifth and my sixth pick of the video that I like the absolute most, I want to remind you once again about the Discord, number 1, and Player Profit, number 2. The Discord is completely free. I showed you how profitable we've been since the beginning of 2025. I showed you what we've been able to do in June so far, and to be able to get that for free is insane value. So go join the free Discord, first link in the description or the pinned comment, and while you're at it, go get yourself a bankroll on Player Profit, get funded, pick any account that you're comfortable with getting so you can start betting hundreds to thousands of dollars every single day, not even using your own money. The greatest thing about it is even if you buy, let's say, a $25,000 account, you get funded and you lose all the money, you don't have to pay anything back. So there's literally no risk to you. And while you're at it, make sure that you use my code BBETS so you can save 10% off any of the accounts. This is going to be linked down below as well. So go get in the Discord, go get on Player Profit, and now we can move on to my last 2 picks, with the first one being Abreu here to go under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's under this mark, let's see, 3 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, only averaging 1.1 per game. And then in his last 20, he is under this mark in 16 of 20, only averaging 1.15 per game, which obviously is really good to see. Now, to go on top of that, we once again have a really good pitching matchup, considering the Red Sox. Let's find the Red Sox here. Let's see. Red Sox. The Red Sox are going to be playing the Giants. And the Giants, they're pitching Robbie Ray. We all know how solid Robbie Ray is as a pitcher. He has a 2.68 ERA, a 1.12 whip, and a record of 8-2. He has pitched a lot so far this season, so to be able to keep up these numbers in a lot of playing time is exactly what you want to see, so you know it's not a fluke, and that's why I think he's going to come out here. He's probably going to shut Abreu here down, and as long as he doesn't go over this mark, it's going to cash us out, and I really do think, once again, we have an edge with the hit rate and the matchup combined. So go lock this one in, and now we can move on to my last pick of the video. And my last pick, we're going to be taking Andrew to go under 4.5 assists. He's under this mark in 5 of his last 5, only averaging 2.8 per game, which obviously is well below this 4.5 mark. 8 of his last 10, and then 12 of his last 20. So that already looks good. And then the last 2 things that I like the absolute most is the Thunder. As you can see here, they allow the 4th least amount of assists in the entire NBA. And then to top that off, head-to-head against the Thunder, he's now under this mark 5 times in a row. So let's ride with the streak. He's probably going to make it 6 times in a row in Game 7. And as long as that turns out to be true, we'll cash. And that's how confident I am in this pick, just like all of the other ones. I think all of them are going to hit. I don't recommend you putting them all together. Split them up in whichever way you want. Those are my 6 picks. And until next time, let's all go print some money.